Hello everyone and welcome to the Atlanta Innovation Studio powered by Mailchimp. We are here on the floor of Venture Atlanta and fresh off this stage, the Keynote stage, it's Ben Chestnut and Marty Flanagan. Welcome. Of course, Ben is CEO of Mailchimp, Marty is CEO of InvescoDay, and by the way, both companies are key sponsors of Venture Atlanta, and thank you for coming here, spending a few minutes with us here today. And I thought I'd start out, the fact that you're here, and both your companies are first of all, isn't it great to be in all this
real
buzz?
life? It's good to see you.
I know,
man.
exactly.
It's been a while.
Yeah, real people.
Wow.
It's like no Zoom and nothing like that. But why is the innovation ecosystem, and not just why is it important, but why are you so much behind it and growing it? And Marty, let's start with you, because I know you've been a big supporter of it with Engage and many other things. Why is it so important for you as a corporate leader to be behind this innovation ecosystem?
Look, first of all, it's great for Atlanta, right? Building on the historical foundational elements, large corporations, the great universities, just the fundamental entrepreneurship. But if you are not involved in innovation these days, you're in a lot of trouble, right? We're at a stair-step challenge of opportunity and challenged by the revolution in technology and what's happening, and it's just really important for Atlanta to be successful for all of the companies that are here. And by the way, we do more than just in Atlanta, all of us. We're global firms, We need that.
Absolutely. And Ben, of course, you've kind of are living proof of the innovation ecosystem coming to life, obviously with Mailchimp. So what's been kind of key for you in terms of growing? I mean, and maybe better said, what is it you've been able to do in Atlanta that you probably couldn't do anyplace else as you grew Mailchimp?
Oh, hands down, the big thing for us about Atlanta is just the creative talent pool.
Okay.
I mean, because of all the huge consumer brands that are right here in Atlanta, like Coca-Cola, UPS, Delta, Chick-fil-A, and on and on and on and on, that attracts great creative agencies.
Right.
That attracts great creative schools. We've got Georgia Tech, we've got SCAD, Creative Circus, Portfolio Center, just on and on and on. And that attracts so many creative people, and that's people power companies, and so that's what's made us so successful over the years.
Yeah, and that collision of creative and tech, I think people take for granted. It's very real in Atlanta, and sure we have movies and we have hardcore tech, but the blending of all that together is special.
It's a special culture that we have that really allows innovation and creativity to thrive here.
Well, let's talk then a little bit about culture for both of you, maybe starting with you, Ben. I mean, first of all, obviously, as we're continuing to get through the pandemic, and there's so much concerns of innovation and cultures of companies being suppressed, as leaders, how do you keep your culture alive, vibrant, and helping it focus on growth?
Man, I think we're all learning as we go along. I think we're all kind of winging it. But what I've been really delighted by is I was scared of that, like innovation and creativity on the decline because we've all been quarantined for so long. But our peeps have adapted. They have pivoted and found ways of being creative from home. They're setting up in-home studios, doing all kinds of amazing stuff. So, we've been really lucky. Creativity's up here. It's in your head anyway. And so our peeps have really adapted and thrived. And your focus on small business too helped really rally be around small businesses during this time too. It's a really, really strong purpose for people to get behind. You're right. And Marty, I know that, when we did not know what was going on, I do remember there's a point on a call or something or on where you talk about how your team really got to work and was becoming productive working from home. But how do you now, as you transition, maintain the culture and grow? Yeah, look, I'd say that's the open question for everybody. What I will say for us and probably every company, what got us through was the culture of the firm that was already in place. We knew each other, we respected one another, we knew what mattered. So first taking care of each other, and we're in 25 countries on the ground, we have clients in 150. We had to take care of ourselves and the clients. And that happened, right? And that's continued to evolve during this pandemic period. But what we do know is going forward, how the workforce is going to work is going to be different. And I think anybody really thinks they know the answer, I'd step back and think about it a little bit. Now we're doing a bunch of work on it. We know the path that we're on, but it'll continue to evolve. So being open-minded, but never forget, understand what your clients want. Take care of all of our colleagues. Now, to kind of tie into that as well too is talent. And this is, of course, with so many companies coming in, we have great universities. But what do you do to make sure you're competing for the best talent, Marty? Maybe starting with you. Well, like any company, it has to be a place that, first of all, there has to be alignment of culture coming in, first of all.
So you can be a really talented person, but if it's a misalignment of culture, it's not going to work for anybody. So that's the first point. But secondly, talent wants to go where they can thrive, where they have an opportunity to grow and make a difference and help the company evolve with wherever the client base is going. And I think that's just really fundamental.
How about you, Ben?
I mean, this is something that we learned from bootstrapping for 20-something years,
right.
and not having a gigantic budget to set up a big booth at the big universities. You cast a wide net. Creative people are everywhere.
Right.
And we turned over every stone looking for creative talent. It really helps to build a great brand that attracts talent. It really helps to convey what your mission is, what your North Star of your business, and it really helps that it's something like empowering small businesses to grow. I mean, that
Right.
attracts a
Absolutely.
lot of very, very...
That mission, vision,
Yes,
purpose, you know,
yes,
what you're doing.
that's what it is. Yes.
So finally, as we wrap up here, let's talk about going back to Atlanta. And I would love to think about what is the Atlanta X factor? And by the way, it could be as much for your business, it could be for even personally, I mean, just living here. What's that X factor you think people just don't know about or should know about Atlanta?
I mean, for me, it's the creative. It's
Yeah,
the creativity of the city. It's just thriving. I love that about Atlanta, and that's where we get all of our talent from.
How about you, Marty?
So those foundational things are real. They're very meaningful. But what I would add, since I've been here now 16 years, when I first came, you're sort of obligated to make a difference in the community. And so it creates this glue and it creates energy and people participate and everybody feeds on one another. So it's a pretty special place.
Yeah, and it's interesting for what kind of building on both of you have been saying throughout this morning, even on stage here at Venture Atlanta, this collaborative nature we have in Atlanta
Right.
as well, all the people coming together.
Yeah.
We take it for granted here.
Is it
but-
Southern hospitality? Is that what this is?
Yeah,
I
maybe,
think it is.
maybe it's a new economy version of Southern hospitality. But let's collaborate, build.
Right.
Well, thanks to both of you. First of all, for what you do here at Venture Atlanta, for what you do for Atlanta, and what you do for your teams. We appreciate your time, and thank you for all those who keep watching here, the Atlanta Innovation Studio powered by Mailchimp, and we'll be back with an amazing lineup of guests here today at Venture Atlanta and tomorrow at A3C.